Lose yourself in a good book. The Bookclub Energy Book Club.
Now, this month's book club choice is The Art of Scandal. It's the debut novel by Susan Loughnane, and it tells the tale of a young Irish artist called Kate who flees back to Ireland when her life in New York falls apart.
There she finds her dormant artistic inspiration unexpectedly reignited in a small rural Irish town. We visited Newbridge Book Club to find out what they thought about her book. Let's take a look.
Is set in rural Ireland about a girl, Katie, who comes back home from America having a failed relationship, and it's really about her life as she settles into the reality of living in a small town in Ireland. She's an artist, so she's looking for that creative gem, and she finds it in slightly unusual circumstances, and has a bit of a love story on the side as well.
There was hullabaloo in the village where she was from because she was looked upon, she was frowned upon because she was taking pictures and painting farmers naked, more or less. So anyway, she fell in love in the village and got very dramatic towards the end, and it's how her life pans out and her relationships in that. The main character, Katie, was funny, witty, drank a lot, had a great party time, and yeah, she was funny.
Katie McKenna was the young lady's name, and yeah, typical young, has a lot to learn, typical artist, living in the head type, you know, bit of a dreamer.
I thought, oh, this is going to be a lovely lady now who does well, but she was into fine art. She had a degree, you see, she got that in fine art in America, and her parents were millionaires, so which made things very easy for her to go wherever she liked to go. She was kind of just being free and easy, I suppose, around Kilcairn, she called it, but it could be any place in the west of Ireland, now I can tell you.
Well, I was very disappointed in it, really, because I'm a great fan of Love Hate, and of course Susan Loughnane was in that, and I thought she was excellent in that. I didn't really like the book, I have to say. Extremely light, and I didn't think there was much cohesion really to the whole thing. She sort of hopped from one sort of expression to another. I didn't like it, basically.
I generally prefer deeper and more involved stories, so it's a nice light reading. It's the type of book that you could go to sleep after, not that it would put you to sleep, but that it's nice and light and you wouldn't have a troubled night. So it's very light fiction, kind of holiday reading, I think, be perfect on a beach with a cocktail.
I thought that it was a good effort, but I didn't like the book. I thought there was one or two good characters where you could believe the character. The people weren't described enough, I thought. I thought that it was sort of stage Irish in going into this dirty, smelly pub. That's the way she described it.
There was a plot at the end which I was a little confused a bit, because kind of left hanging. I was wondering, was there going to be a part 2 or something? So towards the end I thought there would be a different type of ending to it, but an enjoyable read, yeah.
I found it a very light read, something you could detach and just have a bit of a laugh, because her sense of humour in the book I thought was amazing, and with it being a young author and being her first novel, I thought she just had a nice little storyline, something that young people really could, yeah, I can believe that, or I can relate to that, or that would be me, you know. I would put her on the footing of maybe a potential Maeve Binchy, because I like to read Maeve Binchy books, and I just thought when I first read it, I went, she definitely has the potential there. Now that's how I felt about it anyway.
It was good, I got a good laugh out of it. I took it very lightly now, you know, and I enjoyed coming back into the knitting club and telling them the whole lot.
If there was a second book, I'd definitely buy it. I'd be interested to see how she develops as a writer. She's a very good actress, so I'd like to see her writing voice develop.
Lose yourself in a good book. The Board Gosh Energy Book Club.